So 20.3 warm-up and tips and tricks video. As we mentioned earlier, the workout is 21:15:9 deadlifts and some kind of pushing into 21:15:9 deadlifts and handstand walking or bear crawling. The bulk of this workout is in the deadlift and the pushing. So that's the bit we're going to worry about in our warm-up. So you're going to come over to the main board just here. You're going to find the warm-up written out, okay? The first two parts are going to be in pairs. We've got some rowing and some shoulder taps. We've got some kettlebell work, and then we're going to fly solo on some kind of pushing and pulling option, getting ready for the workout. So just behind me, boom, we're going to see Mike and Gaz. Mike is ready to do some shoulder taps. So he's got his knees at 90 degrees, trying to keep the middle bit of his back still, taking one hand off the floor, tapping his shoulder, work on keeping that midline nice and still. You'll see Mike is in a nice hollow position. Legs are straight, getting those shoulders prepped to take some load. Gareth, meanwhile, is going to row 150, 200 meters, getting progressively faster each round. He's going to be the timer on this. Mike's just going to stay there and shoulder tap until Gaz is done with his row. They swap over. Gaz is in that hollow, tapping shoulders. Mike, on his row, is thinking out the deadlift he's going to be doing. He's thinking out keeping those heels down a little bit, getting his butt and his hamstrings to do some pulling into his chest, prepping that deadlift for later on. They're going to do 3 rounds of each movement, and then we're going to move on. We're going to head over to the kettlebells. When we get to the kettlebells, we're going to go for a kettlebell swing and a single arm kettlebell push press. So Gaz on his kettlebell swing. Again, we're thinking about our deadlift here. Toes pointing forwards, levering himself back and then snapping to straight, popping that hip through so that we're getting that deadlift nice and ready to go. Meanwhile, Mike is our timer. He's going to go for a single arm push press. He's going to pop it up into a front rack position, punch it over his head. Legs dip and drive, punches over his head. He's going to swap arms after 6 reps on one side, and then he's going to hit the other. The top of that press, he's looking to get a load of extension through his shoulder, like he's going to be in his handstand push-up or pressed out in his hand release push-up. 6 and 6 on each arm. Meanwhile, Gaz is swinging the kettlebell, and they finish, they swap back over. They swap, all is good. Gaz gets hold of the kettlebell. He's going to go 6 and 6 on each arm, punching overhead. Mike's warming up that deadlift, toes pointing forward, swinging away. We finish with 3 rounds of 6 and 6 push press and our kettlebell swings. At this point, they're going to thank each other very much for their partner warm-up, and they're going to move on to flying solo. So Gaz, he's going to start prepping his deadlift ready for the workout. We've got nice and warm in that pulling position, so he can jump on a moderately loaded bar straight away. He's gone 60 here. He's going to get himself up to that working weight, ready for his workout. Doing some sets, doing some reps. He's got his deadlift nice and warm. Mike, meanwhile, has been warming up his pushing. So Mike's going for the handstand push-up in this workout. He's got that full extension at the top. He's going to make sure he's got extension through his legs, even pulling his toes down towards the floor to make sure his heels go nice and high. He's going to lower down. He's going to do some of his reps, tidying up that kit, making it nice and explosive, sharp, happy on the wall. So he's good upside down, ready to go for his workout. If he was doing hand release push-ups in the workout, he'd be doing exactly the same thing. One straight line through the body, moving up and down at the same time. Hands coming off the floor. Being very careful he's not getting into the habit in his warm-up of snaking off the floor, because we don't want to see that. That's going to be a no rep, and that's a lot of work for you to get no credit. So your legs and your chest are coming off the floor at exactly the same time, and your knees are staying off the floor throughout the workout. That's your warm-up, guys. Just some little quick tips and tricks for this workout. We mentioned earlier the deadlifts and the pressing with the bulk of this workout. Pace your deadlifts. Those early 21, that 15 set, they're a buy-in for the rest of the workout, so you don't need to go mental there. Touch and go on your deadlifts. You don't need to reset at the bottom of every rep. That is more work. And then crucially, this third tip just here, know the standards, both of what you are doing and of the athlete that you're judging, what they are doing. Conveniently, we've printed them all out for you and left them just underneath this board, but they are on the app, or you can come and grab me during the evening and I can point you in the right direction, providing I'm not holding a stopwatch and shouting at people. That's your workout for 20.3. Book on to the heats using the link below.